Here we go. Here we go.
You're gonna raise the level of this.
So, have you guys slipped and said a wrong name lately?
What do you mean?
Have you said the Washington Football Club incorrectly, or
No, honestly, it's been enough time in between that I don't even think I'll make the mistake again.
Yeah,
it's been a long enough time of hearing Washington Football Team.
I bought a little guy just in case someone slips.
Also, I've been calling it Washington Football Club for Men still.
So. Guys, that's what I call it.
Yeah.
And I'm never gonna change.
I don't think I want to change it either. I don't even give a shit what they go turn it to.
I don't think they should.
Yeah.
I think they should just leave it the way it is.
I want them to stick with Washington Football Team. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they should have went with club.
Mm-hmm.
I like club more.
Do you think they didn't because a club is more baseball, right?
They were all clubs at one point.
Soccer. Yeah. They all go by it except for basically football.
Yeah.
I guess basketball club would sound kind of weird. That sounds like very exclusive, like a squash club or a pickleball club.
Which
rock climbing club.
Sign me up for pickleball.
I think we're more of like a posse. We have posses.
It's apparently very fun. I have not played it, but I have a racket. I have 2 rackets and some balls, and I have not played.
So you're fully strapped and ready to go. You just haven't gone yet.
Yeah,
I like it.
The problem is it's a couples thing. You have to play with at least one other person. I'm like an only child.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get Sean going.
That'd be good.
No.
Sean, we go play some pickleball?
I'll go disc golf with you, but I won't go play pickleball.
But why not?
Disc golf is fun.
Because pickleball requires more out of me.
Not really.
Yeah.
Old people play pickleball.
Yeah, but have you seen those old men?
Yeah, I have. I saw them every morning for a summer. Because I would go play disc golf, and they would all be there playing pickleball in their loose short shorts
with their dongs just swinging out.
Swinging dongs.
For a second, I thought Zach was frozen, and you were just intense.
I'm reading settings right now. Yeah,
I love your setup.
Yeah, I'm still trying to make it a little better, but I didn't spend any time learning the technology before we started. So
why would you?
I'm not worried about the mic. The mic's easy. Well, keeping it out of my face is not easy. The boom arm is gigantic that I bought it with, and
I like seeing the mic, dude. You know,
not when it's directly in front of my face. It's fine now I found like an angle that it's okay, but.
Can it do like mine? Can you point it up instead like mine? Like
that's what I would prefer it did, and I doubt it. What I'm going to say there is I don't think that it does.
Okay, well.
Okay.
You sound great. You've upped the production. You look great. You sound great.
You look great. You are great.
So what are we going to start this off with, boys?
We're
baseball.
Start it off with this.
It's the sports program on TSPN with Derek, Zach, and Sean, who's been here the whole time. Head over to timespentpoorly.com and give the show a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and help move this show into more people's suggested lists. This show is also streamed live on many platforms, including YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Follow and subscribe so you don't miss out on an opportunity to chat in and give the guys a piece of your mind during the broadcast. Want to support the show? Great! Go to patreon.com/timespentpoorly to see how you can do that. And now it's my pleasure to bring you the hosts of the sports program on TSPN, Derek, Zach, and Sean.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Zach.
What?
I don't know how you did that. That was perfect timing. Wow.
Yeah, I had things to do, and I did them all.
You changed your shirt.
I just took off my sweatshirt.
Oh, I thought you changed your hat too.
You timed it perfectly. You were sitting down as it was ending. It was perfect.
So I took off my sweatshirt. I hit start on my electric kettle. I moved my old microphone out of the picture. Yeah, I got a lot done.
You did great.
Like a freaking jackrabbit.
And wow, hey, it's a show. It's a Saturday show. We had to miss last Saturday because we were all so. I specifically. Bree and I didn't get a day off. Basically, both weekend days last week we were balls to the wall. But guess what, boys? We got chickens.
You did get chickens.
We do have them. Oh yeah.
How many chickens?
We have 3.
Are they for eggs?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna raise them and kill them and eat them?
No.
I would have a hard time doing that, but I bet they would be delicious.
I don't know that we're going to eat them. We're going to eat the eggs.
I eat so many eggs. That'd be so awesome.
We've gotten, how many eggs have we gotten now?
About 1 a day.
1 a day. About.
If they can up the ante to 2 a day, I'd be set.
I've told one of them if they don't lay any eggs, they're going to be killed like on Chicken Run.
It's just one that's not producing.
I think only one is producing right now, but they're also just still getting acclimated back there. And
so,
truthfully, we don't care. I don't care.
Have you been eating these eggs?
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. I don't trust.
Why?
I would trust it more.
I just can't. So going to the store and buying something. To me, eggs don't come out of a chicken in my head.
Okay. So you don't.
You know what I mean?
Because you don't see where they come from. You're more comfortable with it. But
yeah, exactly.
You should name the one that's not producing Christian McCaffrey.
Hey, actually, let's go. Let's talk about it. Okay, I shared.
This is the league I have him. This is the only league I have him.
I shared our stream and said, "Come here, why I hate Christian," or "Come here, why I hate CMC." That's what I shared.
I drafted him last year, and I didn't get to use him for most of the year.
So the 1 year that I did have him is the year that he played, like the entire season, and was awesome. So, was that 2 years ago? I think that was 2 years.
I think it was 2 years ago.
So I had him 2 years ago.
Maybe even 3.
This league is the only league I think I ever remember getting the first overall pick, which everyone still thinks is rigged, I'm sure. But I said it then, and I'll say it now. I didn't want him, but if you're in the number 1 pick, you have to take him. He's the only guy I've ever seen where when he's healthy, they're projecting like 27 points a week for the guy. But
yeah, and I agree with you. And I got him in the league that I forgot about, an auto draft.
So I guess
real quick. Hello, Joey on YouTube. Hang tight. When we get to our pick'em, we will talk fantasy. So
they're already throwing us the flavor.
Question will not be ignored.
This is a pretty wide. He's got some players.
So boys, I won a game and lost a game. I won our league, lost at my school, which sucks. We didn't do a show last week, but Sean and I talked for a little bit. Sean helped me get Mattinson to replace because Dalvin Cook is out, so I got Mattinson.
Mattinson had 18 last week?
Yeah, he had a great game. Guess what?
Well,
I got him off the waiver wire. I did not put him in the game. I forgot. I completely spaced it. So he scored all those points for me on the bench.
And
that's the league you lost?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but you won our league.
But I did, yeah.
Who are you playing?
The guy that hasn't won a game.
Mikey Boo, that little bitch, dude. His team's not even that bad.
I don't think he's doing anything. I think he's just leaving it because he had a couple players. I think he had a couple players that didn't have any points. I don't even think he's paying attention.
Oh, that little bitch.
That's on you, Sean.
I'm gonna.
If you invite a guy who's not paying attention, that's on you.
100%. He didn't even want to do it, and I was like, "Fuck you, you're doing it."
Well, he's telling you through his actions that he is not doing it.
That's fine, dude. He doesn't want the trophy. Fuck him.
I mean, as the commissioner, that's usually about the time we have to find a replacement, a sub, if you will. That's how I feel about it. If someone's not setting their roster,
I'll take his. I'll do 2 teams.
We could just find someone to take his place that wants to play.
I know. Let's see. Let's go look at.
There's always that person everyone has like a friend who refuses to put a cap on how many leagues they will play.
So you know what I think he did do last week? Here, I can just go look. You guys hold on.
Oh, so for this week, though, check this out. Can I tell you guys what happened this week? Because I've already had a couple players play. Okay. So I made a risky move. So I had Tanyan. I finally dropped him. He sucks. Last week I picked up Conklin, even though I never even heard of him, but I was like, whatever. He still sucks too. So this week I was a genius and I picked up, because I at least recognized the name, I was like, oh, I'll get Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I left him on my bench.
Yeah, he had an okay game. And then he got traded the next day.
Yes, he did. He is a Cardinal now.
He's not going to play for the Cardinals. If he would have played for both, I would have accepted points for both. I would have been okay with doubling down. But yeah, Zach Ertz is kind of having a little resurgence. Everyone thinks he's bad now. He's had a pretty good year as a backup tight end.
He had some good points, and I screwed the pooch, boys. I didn't put him in the game.
What, he had 12, 13? I had to play him on my Kyle Pitts bye week, so.
Well, 12 points, but he's the only tight end that's got me any points other than Gronk in week 1.
Yeah.
I've had no luck with tight ends.
See, I thought about making a move on Gronk's backup this week and going with a little OJ Howard action. They were targeting him in the game. I don't know how he ended up doing, but I watched the game.
He got a touchdown.
Yeah, I watched the game. I didn't follow his stat line because I don't have him on my team, so I really didn't care to see what his fantasy production was. But I watched the game, and as you watch the game, you go, that guy's good. There's a couple people, though, that I've been deceived. When you watch a actual football game, you go, I got to get this guy in fantasy because it looks like they're targeting him. But then you go and actually look at their stats, and they have 6 points every week. But they see, like, Quez Watkins from the Eagles is like the ultimate example of that. If you watch an Eagles game, it seems like they're really trying to get him involved. But then you go check his points every week, and it's less than 8. He does have the worst quarterback in professional sports, though. So, like, I get it. Like, so here, the thing about the Thursday night game is Jalen Hurts is so bad that he's playing the 32nd ranked pass defense in the league, and he throws for 125 yards.
Okay,
125 yards. If that's my quarterback, he's done that week. Like, give up on him. Don't try to progress him anymore. He can't pass against the Buccaneers. Move on with your life.
Are we blaming him or the coach?
Him.
Because I have a friend who's a diehard Eagles fan. I actually can't stand any of his posts. He's an asshole because he's an Eagles fan. But he sits there and blames the coach.
I don't think they have a good coach either.
I think he blames both, but I guess, yeah, it could just be both.
When your quarterback's completing 40% of his passes, I don't know how you can blame the coach.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's only played 10 NFL games, though. I'll say that. Dude's only played 10 NFL games. Being a little more critical on him than maybe other people. I was just critical on Baker, though, through 10 games as well.
He didn't play behind anybody either, right?
What do you
mean? He played behind
Carson
for a little bit, but then he got hurt, and then they put him in, right?
Yeah, he was never supposed to be the guy. He was brought in as like a developmental pick or even like a Taysom Hill, I thought, right? Like he was supposed to be the second quarterback who could run the ball. I don't think he was ever supposed to be the primary passer on the offense, and he got thrown into it. So I feel bad for him. All I'm saying is he played the single worst pass defense in the league. And he's going to play a couple of them because he's going to play Dallas a couple times too. And he threw for 125 yards, completed like 42% of his passes. And that's his average on the season now. Yeah. He's got a QBR that's like 27th in the league, and he's completing 42% of his passes. That is bad. And everyone wants to tell me that Lamar Jackson's not a real quarterback, but the dude is completing like 75% of every pass that he throws with no receiving core, but he's not a real quarterback.
Well, is it because he doesn't throw that much either, though?
He throws the ball plenty.
Yeah, he didn't even complete. What was this thing the other night? It was like 30, and he threw like 30 some passes, right? On that comeback against.
Well, so that's why he always ends up with a decent amount of pass attempts, is because they're almost always coming back, right? Mm-hmm. It is hero ball every week, which you guys know I don't like. It's you can win 12 regular season games with a hero ball style MVP quarterback like Russell Wilson. But when it comes to the playoffs, they're going to be out in the first or second round because it just doesn't work there.
Which, rest in peace, Russell.
Yeah, R.I.P. Russell, but long live Geno.
Mm-hmm. Except
Did
for,
Russell get hurt?
I mean, I don't know, man. Start that Steelers defense, maybe.
Gino's gonna Gino at some point in the game.
Did Russell get hurt?
He's on IR.
Yeah, he's out for 3-4 weeks,
hurt?
I think.
4 weeks. It's like a minimum. So when you place someone on IR, they can't come back early.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have to sit. They have to sit the 4 weeks if you set them on the 4-week IR. From what I am aware.
Thanks, CMC.
Yeah.
I don't know if this. Well, we'll get to that game, but
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm upset with CMC because I actually dropped Hubbard thinking he was going to start. In Future Dads, picked up Hines and then try to get Hubbard back. Obviously, I'm going to try to just snag him again.
I'm in a league where people don't play the waiver at all. So I've cut Chuba twice.
Yeah.
And both times I cut him and then CMC ended up not playing. I just picked him right back up. Nobody claimed him in that 2-day time period.
I did the drop 2 days ago, so I can't get him.
Oh man. Yeah. Those last minute drops where you can't even claim the guy again.
Oh wait, no, it would be tomorrow morning. It'd be tomorrow morning.
It'll say the date. If you actually put the claim in and then go to the waiver, like the activity section or whatever it is, it'll tell you when the claim will be processed. If it says the 20th, you're screwed.
It's tomorrow morning. So I guess if you want to try to get him too, go ahead.
No, I have him. That's what I'm saying.
Not in Future Dads.
Oh, he's sitting there?
Yeah, I dropped him. That's what I'm saying is I dropped him at the start of the week because I needed all my running backs are on bye week. Patterson. Oh, and then Nick Chubb went out. That's why.
Why don't you do Papa a little favor and go find out who's ahead of who in the waiver claim section?
Okay.
Because if I'm ahead of you, I'm gonna hop on and go ahead and swoop him.
Oh, you won't get him.
But if I'm behind you, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna rip it this week anyways. I'm ripping it every week.
You won't get him.
Where am I at?
10th. I'm second.
Oh. So I don't care. I'm not gonna even go try it.
Works, and I'm too afraid to ask at this point.
There's an order, which you can go check at any time. So like it basically works like the snake drafted. Like one will get their claim, two will get their claim. So if it goes through and the first person you claimed is still there, you get that pick. If they're not, then whoever your second claim was, you'll get that pick at that slot. Yeah. And then it'll keep going. And if you don't use your claims, I think you slowly move up the list depending on how the rules are set.
I usually have dog shit. I guess in futures and high council, the waiver is so tight. I don't do as much.
Yeah, so we're in a league where there's a 5-person bench. Everyone plays the waiver like crazy because you have to, right? Like in high council. Yeah. Everyone plays the waiver because they have to. You have 5 people on your bench as soon as bye weeks start. So I actually, until yesterday, still had 2 starters who were ruled out or on bye because I don't have anyone on my bench to pick up. And the waiver is absolute trash. Like I don't want to move someone I think is important on bye just to pick up Sterling.
Yeah. I'm actually in Future Dads. I put in Hines.
Yeah, I made some moves.
Just hoping.
Naheem steals some touchdowns. He's a touchdown stealer from time to time.
That's what I'm saying.
But since Marlon Mack came back, Hines has really been out of it.
And Mack wants to get traded, so he's trying to perform.
Oh yeah, he needs to earn his keep. But the McCaffrey thing, back to that, is just frustrating because it shows how little like NFL insiders and people who work for these different like apps really know, because 3 straight weeks in a row they're projecting him super high points midway through the week, but then by the end of the week he's back to being out, and then lo and behold, 3 weeks deep into this process of Christian McCaffrey being on and off again, maybe coming back, he's just out for good. Now it's just 4 straight weeks. He's not back. My worst team in all fantasy football is our league for this sports program. Mm-hmm. You decimated me last week. Without him in the lineup, my team is just, it's unsalvageable, I don't think.
My teams are actually all, if I actually have a hunch, and don't really take this with a grain of salt, I think I might win all 6 of my leagues.
Bro, you're in 3 of those with me. You're in 3 of those with me.
Yeah, and I think,
and I know for a fact one of them you're probably not making the playoffs.
High council?
Yeah.
I think I might.
Which I put up 250 with a man down last week. By the way, that's the single greatest fantasy team I've ever seen.
That was amazing.
Kamara, Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Mike, what is it? I'm trying to think of who else. Mike Williams. There I say Justin Herbert. Kyle Pitts went off last week. That team was nuts. It'll never be that good again. That's a one-timer.
I think I'll make a comeback, dude.
You got the screenshot, and that's what counts.
Well, it would have been about 275 if Saquon doesn't go down at the beginning of that game, because I think Saquon, when healthy, is back. I think he's legit. Jonathan Taylor's finally getting going, which if you watched the show 2 weeks ago, I was saying he's about to ramp up, and it's been 3 straight good weeks of him now. So
Yep, bam.
See, both East and West is so close right now, man.
Hawkinson. I do like Dan Arnold now that he's been traded. We no longer have the Dan Arnold to the Sam Darnold to Dan Arnold connection. His usage is going up, but
Where did
he go?
He got traded. So have you not noticed that the Jaguars have just been shipping cornerbacks out left and right since the season started?
No.
I do need to double check though. Can you highlight that question? Before I highlight, can we highlight the Hawkinson Arnold question?
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Let me look up a little bit until we get to that game, and that's one we're going to circle to. I don't want to answer it before we even start doing the games. Maybe we should.
Before we start talking about pick'em or football, though, what we really should do is address that your two teams are currently going to be starting game one of
tonight.
Game one of their series, the Dodgers and the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it after I know last year's a different season, but after we blew the NLCS last year against them, I don't feel great about it. I will say, even though Acuna got hurt, that trade deadline trades for we loaded up at the trade deadline this year. We were super aggressive. We said, even though we're a 500 team right now, we're going to go get a bunch of bats and see what happens. They are the best team since that time period. Like since the trade deadline, I think we are the hottest team in baseball. So I do think we have a chance. We have a bunch of young pitchers. Max Fried is starting game one. I think we might get a couple, but I don't feel super confident in the series. I think the Dodgers are literally the best team money can buy. So,
and I hate that it's the Astros or the Red Sox on the other side. That sucks.
Yeah, man. I don't know who I want to win that.
None.
I don't want the Astros to be this relevant so quick after a scandal. I know it's been like 3 years now, 4 years now. But
I'm outraged that they're even.
But they were in the playoffs last year too.
Yeah, I know it. They saved their season last year, made it in. But I mean, they're actually relevant this year. Like they have a chance to win it.
Yeah,
but Dodgers. What if we got Dodgers Astros again, man? How do you feel about that, Sean?
I want them to, if it does come to that, I want them to decimate them.
If I were you, that's who I would want to play. I would rather play Boston personally. I think they're the weakest of the 4 teams left. Mm-hmm. Although they beat who I thought the best team left which was the Rays. I would rather play Boston. If I'm a Braves fan, that's what I want. Yeah. But if I'm a Dodgers fan, I want the rematch, and you guys are the better team. I want to go out there. I want to go for a sweep if I'm you guys. I don't know if a sweep happens, but that's what I would want.
I would have liked to see the Rays actually go all the way. Just because when's the last time the Rays have they ever even won? Have they ever even been?
Yeah.
I think they've been. I don't think they've won.
Yeah. Well, they haven't been since, I've started.
I truthfully thought the Giants were going to win this year. I truthfully took the Giants to take it all this year. It's just one of those off years, and that seems to be when the Giants capitalize.
It was stressful. I mean, I watched most of the games, and I usually just chimed in towards the end.
Yeah.
Unless the Giants were doing really good, and then I didn't care. I was like, I don't know.
I really did think the Giants were going to win that, though. As soon as I saw they made the playoffs, I was like, all right, this year it'll be off year. Giants will get it.
Yeah.
They got a good team. They'll get in there.
There was that last pitch by Scherzer. It was really controversial, I guess, but I think he would have struck him out on the next pitch probably. So,
yep. I mean, yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it either way. Me and Sean's teams are playing second year in a row. I feel like this is going to be a trend because the Braves are still a young team, especially pitching wise, and a lot of young bats. So they're going to be there every year, and the Dodgers will keep buying talent. So they'll be there every time because they'll just keep, paying for nice things.
Yeah, when's the last time the Dodgers didn't make it? Even to the
They're at least in the playoffs every year now. But you asked about the last time the Rays went. You guys just played the Rays in the World Series.
Yep.
Did they? Last year?
Yes.
Dude, life's weird, man.
That's who they beat.
I don't think they've won. I do not think the Rays have won the World Series.
No. They had some, when Madden was their coach, they had some manager. Sorry, they're not coaches. When Madden was their manager, they had some really good teams.
Oh, my God. They
was
did.
their skip. When Madden was their skip. Yeah.
You don't hear him say skip as often now.
It's weird because I know I watched these games, but I literally have zero recollection of it.
Yeah, I get a text from you every time they win, so I assume you're watching.
Hockey and basketball are also starting.
Oh, yeah.
Hockey has started. Kraken have already won a game. Tanev took care of business for the Kraken the other night.
So
I saw a woman wearing a Kraken shirt at Costco today, and I was like, welcome aboard.
It has begun.
When I went to the engravings place, I'm going to get the base of our trophy put on and get it ready to get the first name on for the season. But they had a glass puck with the Kraken symbol inside the engraving shop already.
Oh, that's cool.
It was kind of cool.
Already.
Yeah.
They were quick with that merchandise, I'll tell you that. The lady at Costco said that she said she started watching with the Kraken though. It's doing literally what it's supposed to do. You got all those new fans when the Golden Knights came along. You get all those new fans to the Kraken. It's great for the sport. I'm not going to.
I had friends who I know for a fact did not watch sports at all, but some of them lived in Las Vegas and they started watching hockey because of it, which is cool.
Great.
Because hockey, I think, should be a bigger sport than it is.
It should. It's fun to watch. Fun to watch.
Well, the Kings did beat the Golden Knights, which was, I mean, after their performance last year, that's a good way to start.
I think even the Ducks have a win.
Yeah,
it's early. We all got wins already.
For the Ducks, though.
The Golden Knights are a good team.
Yep.
And just the way the Kings played last year, Anyways, we should probably move on. We got a lot of questions.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of questions. We probably should just start to pick them. I will share this.
Oh, I'll just start it off with I forgot to pick Thursday night. I thought I had.
Oh, you pulled a me.
I would have picked 2-1, but that's fine.
Yeah, I think everyone would have.
Yeah. So I think you should just edit it and give it to me, though we'll call it good.
Nah, I'm enjoying the slow lead we're starting to get at the top.
Man.
So
it sucks because last week I had a really good week, man.
I'm so far behind now. There's no hope for me, but that's okay. I'm still gonna play.
I mean, you gotta. As long as you're doing the show, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
If I could at least pull up to top 10.
So is that person in first place that Dave guy in our league?
David Olinger, yeah.
Why is he so fucking good?
He won it last year too. He was the person who tied with Paul for the championship last year. And I don't know what to do about the belt for that because I was just going to get Paul engraved because I didn't know who the other name was. Mm-hmm. And now that I know that it's David, I'm like, oh, I kind of just want to put one name on it. So I'm going to make those two figure out some sort of tiebreaker because I'm not putting a co-championship from last year.
Yeah.
No. I'm not paying the extra dollars for the letters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying for the extra letters.
Hell no.
Especially for those sons of bitches, dude.
I enjoy them both deeply. But
I don't know them that well, so I don't have to enjoy them.
The other thing you need to know about Paul is he's everything.
He's really good at drums.
Huh?
Did you guys watch the Thursday night game?
I watched the entire thing. I love watching Jalen Hurts do bad. So I'm not going to miss a second of that shit.
I love this more because Derek decided that he wants to root for the Eagles.
I'm rooting for them to win. I'm just also rooting for a different quarterback to be. Wait, who is their backup? Gardner Minshew? Never mind. I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts. I hope he holds the roll down the rest of the season. And then they replace both of them.
They will replace both of them, I think.
But I think they give Minshew a chance by the end of the year.
At this rate, they're going to have a pretty good draft pick.
They have 3 very good draft picks. They might have 3 top 15 draft picks. They have the Colts. They have the Colts draft pick as long as Carson Wentz plays 75% of the games. And then they have Miami's, I think, for the other one. So they're potentially looking at 3 top 15 picks, including their own. Quarterback, have you looked at the quarterback draft class this year, though? It's dog shit.
Yeah.
There's one person I like, but we're keeping that tucked away.
DL.
You're keeping that on the DL in case my team tanks. If my team doesn't tank, then who cares? The guy I actually like is projected to go to Pittsburgh, but
really,
yeah, because they're not. I think that they're downplaying how many wins you guys are actually going to get, though. You're not going to be in a position to get the top quarterback in the draft.
No, I don't think so. But I don't.
And I swear, I freaking hope we're not either. I hope we're not looking at a number 1 pick. But yeah, I watched it. There's nothing really to report here except for that Tom Brady is very good.
Yeah, nothing to report. Nothing to report here, but Tampa Bay is going to the playoffs.
They're going to go to the playoffs. I still don't know that I'm going to anoint them the Super Bowl team yet. I have a different idea for NFC.
It's going to be very hard for me if Tampa Bay wins another Super Bowl.
I feel like the Rams could go to the Super Bowl. The Rams or the Cardinals.
Or the Cardinals.
All right. Well, so let's go through the pick'em then. Dolphins and Jaguars.
London game.
Another one, man. I'll be asleep.
I could have gone.
I'll be awake. I already got the alarm set.
Did you already have the Jags picked here?
I had the Jags picked. Yeah.
What was your reasoning there? They are the official team of London, but.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was one of the reasons why the London game, and then also So is the Dolphins? They're going with Jacoby Brissett still, right? That's who they have.
No, Tua's back.
Is Tua back?
Tua should be back, baby.
Well, first off, let me tell you, I think this is the toilet bowl game of the week. I couldn't care about this game if you paid me.
Oh, this is the toilet bowl. Yeah, I have some other games that I think people think are stinkers that might actually end up being pretty good, but this is.
You guys tell me who you select, and I'll select it. I had the Jaguars picked, but it is because I needed a resting place for my icon.
Yeah,
I did choose Jacksonville because it's in England, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took Miami just simply based off of has nothing to do with Tua coming back. By the way,
yeah.
I think they actually have some weapons on offense. Although so did the Jags. They both have weapons on offense and just young quarterbacks who can't seem to get them the ball. And lines that can't protect them enough to get them the ball. But I'm going to give the defensive nod to Miami, which means
that's what I was going to say.
And it's kind of a neutral territory game, so I'm going to take the team that I think has the much better defense.
So just the better team on neutral grounds, basically.
Yeah,
I picked Miami because of the defense. I didn't know Tua was back either. I picked Miami because of the defense.
I'll go Dolphins too then.
Yeah, I will say if Tua ended up not playing, I would still take Miami.
Yeah.
In this particular juncture.
Okay.
Hold on, we don't. Okay, no.
Oh, I'll answer that Dan Arnold question now. I won't even wait till we get to the.
Okay.
I'm assuming he means Dan Arnold because I don't know anyone else who would fill that spot. So we did see that huge uptick of I believe it was 8 targets last week for him. But Hawkinson's like a top 7 or 8 tight end. He's had 2 or 3 games of 8+ targets as opposed to Arnold's 1. But the hard part is he's playing the Bengals who, if you look at every game the Bengals have played this year, I can't tell you a tight end who's had more than 2 catches. So that's what's scary. I actually think that the Bengals play the position well. But I'd still stick with Hawkinson because besides for Amore St. Brown, who is there to throw the ball to? They're going to be dumping it off to Swift a lot. Amore could end up with like high targets, low yards, but I think Hawkinson is their only chance to like pass the ball into the end zone. So I think the targets will be there for Arnold. I think if you're going to base it off of who's more likely to get in the end zone, though, it's gonna be Hawkinson.
I mean, Hawkinson's supposed to be the guy, right?
No, he's had those 2 scary weeks, though. Like, I think last week he had 2 targets the whole game, and then 3 weeks ago he had 3 targets the whole game. But every other week he's been, like, heavily involved. Like I said, I get kind of scared because of the Bengal thing. They're just... But if you look at the teams that have played the Bengals, none of them have... The best tight end they've gone against this year is Tanyan, and he's been dog shit against everyone.
Yeah.
So, that's where I'm going there. Hawkinson's number 7 in the rankings. So
fair.
Yeah.
Joey's question is a lot of players, not really in any.
We'll do that one near the end.
Okay.
What about any of these other ones?
Let's keep going for now.
Okay.
I got to at least see one player that's in one of these games. Also, someone said Ridley, and the Falcons are not playing this week.
Yeah.
So don't play him. There, let me help you with that one.
Yeah, Keenan Allen. Allen is getting 10. Keenan Allen might not be getting any deep passes, but he is getting like 10 plus targets a game.
If it's a PPR, right? Is that
if that's PPR, boom.
Keenan Allen.
Also, Amari Cooper is like slowly losing red zone looks to their tight end, who's just become like a monster. So
yeah, Schnapp.
Yeah, Dawson Schultz, man.
Schultz, that's what it is.
Dude is he's not a human being.
I had him. I picked him up like in a lot of leagues.
He's a 1 week flyer for me because of Pitts being out, but I'm actually just gonna pick him up and then drop him because
I ended up scoring Knox in a lot of leagues. So
Knox is a play every week for me at this point.
Yeah, same.
I also have the Packers here, by the way. Packers-Bears.
Yeah, Packers.
Packers are finding a way to get it done against everyone. I liked the Bengals game. Bengals had the opportunities. Those missed field goals were, on both sides, were a shame to watch.
Yeah, they were.
I was watching with 2 Bengals fans, though, so slightly hilarious.
How did you find 2 Bengals fans in your area first?
I work with 2 Bengals fans.
That's bizarre. Secondly, man, Joe Burrow, he's gonna get hurt.
Well, we can talk about that when we talk about the Bengals, but I don't care where this game's taking place. The Bears are on their 3rd running back. They have a rookie quarterback against a pretty good Packer D, and Aaron Rodgers is lights out right now.
Right.
Also, their old ass kicker isn't gonna mess up that many times this week. So,
yeah, this is a no-brainer for me. Bengals Lions.
Agreed.
I went Bengals. I'm not going to pick the Lions to win until they win a game.
Yeah, I'm on that same boat. I picked them a couple times, and it just...
I think I've also picked them a couple times. A couple games I thought they could actually win. And
I think after the watching them week 1 against the Niners almost make that comeback.
Yeah.
You think some of the matchups you were like, yeah, maybe they'll pull it out.
Yeah.
Nope. And Cincinnati looks too good.
Yeah. I don't know if they just look much improved, right? Like,
yeah.
The first couple weeks, I still didn't want to believe that their defense was good, but they're getting after every quarterback they play.
Mm-hmm.
Their safeties are like where they're like truly strong on defense, but they're fun to watch. And Joe Burrow still makes some like young person passes, but him to chase is fun. When he absolutely like needs to, he still hooks up Tyler Boyd from time to time. Although when Higgins is healthy, he's kind of stolen that shine from him because Higgins also can be a deep threat. It's a fun team to watch. Lions are going to be down though, so if you're like a Swift guy, Hawkinson guy, I actually want that league that I only have like a 5-person bench spot. I went and got Amore, so I mean, I think he's going to get like 8-9 targets.
The receiver, right?
Yeah, the rookie receiver.
I did that as well in several leagues, and I tried to do it in that league. You piece of shit.
It's a hot play. It's a hot play. I did it last minute. But that's like my hot play of the week.
You must have did it.
He was projected to only get 7.5 because Williams was supposed to come back.
Yeah.
So he's projected at 7.5. I knew Williams wasn't coming back, so I wasn't in any rush to get him because I knew he was going to stay down on the projection. But as soon as I saw his projection jump above 10, I had to swoop him as fast as possible because I knew everyone else would see it too. So I was watching him every single day up until Thursday morning.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry for partying, man. They throw to him a lot. It's only like 9 yards a catch, but it is a lot of targets.
Next game?
Oh, yeah.
Texans and Colts. I went with the Colts. I just think they're the better team, right?
Yeah.
Despite their record, they still got the better defense. I mean, the Texans are in like a complete rebuild at this point, right? Like,
yeah,
it's easier for me to choose the Colts, who I could be up for a rebuild also, but
no, they have plenty of young talent, man. They have
at least for the quarterback position.
I don't mind Carson Wentz. He had a great week last week.
He did.
I thought he looked very good.
I did see that he climbed quite a bit in the in the free agent players. Like,
oh yeah.
It's like, hey, get this quarterback. He, sort of Ben climbed a little bit too, actually.
I think, yeah, I 100% think Houston is trash. I honestly think that if Carson Wentz didn't play that good last week, this would have been more of a almost more of a toilet bowl than
it's
close. Any problem with this game, but
yeah, it is 2 1-4 teams. This is easy. This would be easy to say it is a toilet bowl, but I think, man, this division's dog shit, right? Like Jaguars, Texans, Colts, Titans are the pick of the litter, but I don't even know if I like them compared to their team last year. So
yeah, man, they're kind of depressing me, honestly.
Yeah. So I think Davis Mills is also still starting this game. I actually said earlier in the week, if Tyrod Taylor plays this game, I'm taking the Texans because they just need a quarterback to go in there and create a little bit and play safe, and they can win some games. But
I'm actually starting the Colts defense in several leagues, so.
You got him, man. It's in Indy as well. So I think they're going to have plenty of opportunities. Mills did look better last week, though. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah,
that was first good week as a pro, I believe.
Yeah, he threw some touchies.
But yeah, I don't think anyone has the Texans there.
Because they played the Titans last week, right?
Well, the Rams.
Yep.
I think the Rams could be one of the NFC contenders this year.
Unfortunately.
It's paying off with Matt Stafford.
I say unfortunately,
super surprised about it.
I say unfortunately, but I like Matt Stafford.
I like Matt Stafford. I don't like the coach.
See him. Oh, Sean, you don't like Sean?
No.
No, have you not heard his countless Sean McVay impressions on the show?
Yeah,
I have. I love it.
He does it was because I didn't even know who he was, until Hard Knocks, and then it was just like, I'll pass. I don't like you. Oh,
wait,
man, I'm just
you didn't know who he was?
Out here with you guys.
You know who I don't like? I'll actually just talk about it when we get to the game of the coach I don't like.
Did anybody take the New York Giants?
I don't think so.
No, I'm actually surprised a couple of the people that were ruled out are going to be playing. Well, not ruled out, but probable all week are actually going to be playing. I thought it was going to be down Jones, down Shepard. Like for sure they're down Galladay and Saquon. But I thought just everyone was out. I thought even Tony might miss, who was now the must play from that team.
The receiver, right?
Yeah. And that being said, Ingram still can't be a viable option at tight end. Like, I don't know how he got so bad. But that's fantasy stuff. Real world, this game is 99-1% for a reason.
Who's starting a quarterback for the Giants then?
It will be Daniel. He is going to play.
Oh, he is going to play. Who is his backup?
I actually don't know who his backup is anymore. It'd be awesome if someone would tell us. I mean, I guess I could just
Is
look it
Daniel
up.
Jones beat up a little bit?
Yeah, they all got hurt last game, man. Like everyone on that team walked away a little bit banged up. So
I mean, I usually have the red zone on and 2 other games, and their game I don't think came up like ever.
I mean, that's kind of that. I don't know if they got in the red zone last week. Mike Glennon is their backup.
So Shepard is going to be playing.
Okay. Are you asking me or are you
I'm
telling
asking
me?
you. I have him in a league.
I saw his points move up to 13 again for projection, and I'm interested.
I might just drop him, dude.
Okay, so I do have a question. I have a fantasy question for you guys, because if I have 2 players that are questionable, do I need to wait like till tomorrow morning to?
Yes.
decide?
Sadly, yes, and I would hope that they play not the late game, because if they play the 2:00 game, what sucks about that is by the time that they actually get ruled out, over half of the teams have already played, and you have no one to replace them with. So hopefully they're early game players. Just pay attention about an hour before the game. They'll make the official announcement.
Okay.
And then swap them then. But I mean, if they're still questionable and projected at points, I would play them for now.
It's Chase Edmonds and Tyreek Hill. It's both in our league. Both questionable, but both still have a ton of points.
For the record, I'm keeping Edmonds in, but I also have James Conner. So if I do need to swap him out last minute, I can. That's why you handcuff every time.
Tyreek Hill is always questionable.
Yeah, and Tyreek Hill's, there's a lot of receivers that are like, do you remember a couple years ago, like Julio Jones was always questionable with a hamstring, but then he played. Now he's older and they actually sit him, but he was questionable every week and he never missed a game.
Tyreek Hill, I feel like always questionable.
Well, I'm just gonna leave these guys in for now. One of them is Kansas City's playing in the morning, so that'll be helpful. But yeah, Arizona is playing in the afternoon game, the 1:00 game. Whatever. All right. Chiefs and Washington Football Club for men. I went with the Chiefs, but honestly, if the football team snuck one out, I wouldn't be mad at it.
I agree, 100%. Heineke's the man. Everyone knows it. You heard it here. I said it here first. You heard it in the chat.
You said it here first for a reason. It's because no one else thinks it. But
yeah,
everyone
said it here. You keep saying said it here first, but what you mean to say is you said it here only. Oh, you're only.
How are you still not convinced? How are you still not convinced that he's the man?
Who has he played?
A lot of good teams.
He's playing garbage team. He's playing garbage defenses like now Kansas City and the Atlanta Falcons. Like he's playing dog shit defenses and he's still not capping 300 yards. He's just making safe, smart throws. He's a safe, smart quarterback. He is a young, and not even young because he's actually old. He is a young Fitzpatrick.
He's not old. He's
almost 30.
Man. We're all almost 30, bud.
We're all 30. We're all over the age of 30.
Let me take a look.
And we're all old. If we were all athletes, we'd be old.
I'd be retired.
I'm old for this. I'm an old podcaster now.
Oh, yeah.
Like one day, people are going to tune into this show, and you guys are going to have a new third person. And you're never going to release why, but it's because I got old, and you guys had to replace me.
I'm the oldest one. I'll be replaced for put out.
All right, yeah. So
that's not always how it works, man. I'm going to have a hard time getting off the bed this early.
All right, so their 2 wins are garbage, but they've had some close games. Heineke's the man. That's it.
This is a must win for Kansas City, though, right? Like Kansas City goes to 2-4. Hilarious.
They could though, man. Their defense is so bad. Is it the worst defense in the league now?
It's gotta be.
No, I mean only because Tampa's already played a game, but no, Tampa's still statistically gonna. I don't know. Actually, like by the end of this weekend, because the Eagles put up so few of yards and touchdowns, it's like they might not be last anymore. Mm-hmm. But that's by the end of the year. Dallas, Kansas City, Tampa, like they're all going to be there. It's going to be the same teams in the bottom of those categories. So
Yeah.
And then you have the Bills that are like basically number one in every single defensive category that exists. It's crazy. Shout out to the Bills, my fantasy defense, but
Dude,
lucky.
I have a league where I have them and the Panthers, and I finally had to cut the Panthers. So I had the 1 and the 4. I finally had to cut the Panthers because I have 0 projected points on my bench, and I was still playing Alvin Kamara in my slot, even though he's on bye, because I'm like, I don't want to cut the Panthers defense. And that's the league that I got Amore in.
Fair enough.
Okay, but screw this game. Screw this game. I don't want to watch a second of
Heineke's
it.
the man. I picked the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want to watch it because that's our team. The Washington Football Club's our team for the show.
Listen, this might be the first year where I'm like, that's you guys' team.
I don't.
I've been united with you guys every season before this, and you've been here the whole time, Sean, but
I think this is the first year I'm not taking a team for the show.
we all have side teams. We all got side bitches already.
Weak sauce, guys. Pretty
some
weak
side
sauce of
bitches.
you.
All
I just don't want to do the same team 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
You
me
just
too.
didn't have a choice.
Vikings and Panthers in
Chargers.
Carolina. I'm taking Carolina.
Chargers,
I think just between the two teams, these are the better teams. I think Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. I've never been sold on Cousins ever.
Sadly, sad but true.
I wasn't sold in Washington. I'm not sold in Minnesota. I don't think he's the answer. I think Sam Darnold is doing as expected in Carolina. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I think if you get him a decent team, he can be decent. I just think between these two teams, and it's in Carolina, this felt shock to me.
Sean, you want to go?
Oh man, Panthers, baby.
You got
But
the Panthers.
I got the Panthers.
So this is a bias pick, right?
I don't like either of these.
I honestly, in my heart, I want to pick Minnesota because I fucking hate Christian McCaffrey so much.
I have Minnesota. Just for the record, I think they're the better team. Like Minnesota's 2-3, but they are hanging with every single team that they play, and they've played some good teams. They have an actual healthy offense, right? And Kirk Cousins isn't having a bad season. And yeah, the defense isn't back to what it was a few years ago, but I think they're going to move the ball just fine in Carolina. I mean, to be fair, I have 11 road teams this week, which makes me uncomfortable, but this is one of them.
This is one that if the Vikings win it, I'm not surprised or care. And I'm so low in the pick'em that it doesn't matter to me.
They're a -2.5 on the road for a reason. And I always say if the road team is already a favorite, even if it's a slight favorite, they probably would have been a bigger favorite if it was in Minnesota, right? Like the only reason they're giving Carolina the 2.5 is because it's in.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I worry about the injuries. I worry about the Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Who's his backup?
Chuba Hubbard.
And you got him?
I have him in 2 leagues. I think Sean's about to get him in one of ours.
I should get him.
No, I don't have him. I did not handcuff. So in our league, the sports program league, I did not handcuff him this year. And mostly because I didn't know who Chuba Hubbard was. And now I believe he'll be on Sean's team. And I'm playing Andy King. So I have a chance to go back to 500, which even then it'll be my worst team because all my other teams are pretty good. But
Andy King, I think, shared his fantasy woes. And man, poor dude. Poor dude's team is fucking thrashed.
So I'm actually playing Andy King in 2 leagues. And I love it, man. The Andy King buy is good. It's always been good to me. This is like 8 years of it just being so good to me. That being said,
Andy, how do you get? You should get better.
How do you watch that much football?
Like I'm looking at his team right now.
He watches his teams though.
Yeah, he's loyal, and that's why we love him.
He only has one Seahawk on his team.
No, but he doesn't watch the other games, so he doesn't know how they play.
I think out of all of us, I watch the most games.
Yeah, but I'm saying he only watches his teams play.
Why doesn't he watch more?
Because he's
a gambler
he just
too.
likes his teams.
But he gambles.
He gambles. He does sports gambling.
He's a gambler. Anyways, he has someone on his roster right now that is out.
Like he's playing at someone who's not.
D. Harris for New England.
He lives a busy life, man. He lives a busy life.
He works at Costco at the gas pumps, dude. In between cars, you can just check his lineup.
He works all over Costco. He's not just worked the gas pump. All right.
What? Don't defend him and his gas pumping.
We love Andy.
Yeah, we should defend him. He's literally the nicest person who's ever watched the show. Actually, we have a lot of nice followers.
We do, actually, yeah.
Except for Jesse Knight.
Jesse Knight's the next guy I was going to say. He's like easily our second nicest follower. Maybe tied with Andy for first.
He wouldn't trade me.
Jesse, if you listen to this, I want you to know that I'm proud of you.
Hey, can you highlight Joey's now? I know we haven't gotten to all of the people on Joey's list, but we have gone through Woods. We have gone through Marvin Jones. We have gone through Chenault.
Second.
Hubbard. I need 2 wide receivers for this weekend. So I think he wants us to pick 2 and then say, if you can't pick 2, would one of these people replace Hubbard? No, because Hubbard's been a solid 14-point guy when he's playing. Like, I don't think you're going to get much more than that. I think the ceiling in PPR is somewhere around 14, 15 points. You're not going to get a 20, 30-point game from him. I knew he was there. Highlight Joey again. Man, I'm a Sutton homer because I've been waiting for him for like 3 years now to finally start putting up these points. But I also think that he's kind of one of those, like, you might get 1 or 2 games a year over 20, but he's also a 14-pointer. I love Claypool, man.
Me too, man. Claypool looked like a man in that last game.
Man,
great.
Yeah, I say Claypool is, because of how big the boom factor is and how much Ben loves him. Like, he is Ben's dude.
Yeah,
he is Ben's dude.
Let's look at the matchups here.
We know the matchups because we've already gone through most of these games. They're playing the Seahawks, and the Seahawks secondary is getting picked on.
Well, I was going to say Robert Woods is also going up against the Giants defense.
Right, but doesn't that mean that by the second quarter they could just be able to run the ball the rest of the way?
Yeah, okay.
The passes are saturated.
So do you
in
think
LA because of Cooper Kupp?
The Seattle-Pittsburgh game, you don't think Pittsburgh's going to go up a bunch and then?
No, 100% no. Have you watched either of those 2 teams play this year?
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's a little more healthier than Seattle at this point.
Seattle's going to win the game. I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll circle back. We'll circle back.
Okay. They're not.
We'll circle back when we get to the actual game. I'm not worried about. Or so I'm going to say Pittsburgh. By the way, I didn't mean to say Seattle. Pittsburgh's going to win that game.
That's what. Okay.
But
yeah, I was like, that's bold to say.
I was told by everybody this week at school that Pittsburgh was going to lose this game, and I was like, I just don't see it.
Do they? But they probably don't know that Russell's out. They probably think.
No, they probably know who King Geno is, and they know that everyone bows to the King, baby.
No, they actually probably don't fucking know who Geno Smith is.
No, because he somehow managed to float in the background of the league for like 9 years now.
Yeah. The last time you heard about Geno Smith is when he got his fucking face broken by his.
Geno Smith and Blaine Gabbert have found a way to just make millions of dollars.
I love you, Jesse. It's fine. Miles Sanders played like shit. So
okay. So
I'm playing Claypool for sure. I'm keeping Chubbard in the flex spot. Oof. I feel like I'm going to regret saying that. I don't think Chenault's going to just be big back-to-back weeks. So I like Chenault. He's the guy that I'm playing personally. But I think for that list, it'd be Claypool and Woods or Claypool and Sutton.
Yeah. And I love Marvin Jones, but he's just not.
I'm not playing Marvin Jones. It's just not happening.
Against Miami? Yeah.
But wait a second, though.
Should I move on to the next game and pick them?
Yeah, move on to the next game. But oh yeah, Broncos are also playing the Raiders, so that's just one more reason to play
Sutton.
This is going to be a game of the week: Chargers and Ravens. I think this is going to be the best game.
100%. The must-watch game.
I think this will be a must-watch game. I think this is going to be a pretty close game. I'm going to go with the Chargers because I think it's just I did a biased pick on this one. I want the Chargers to beat the Ravens on this. I want the Ravens to lose another game, because they're in the same division as Pittsburgh. I like the Chargers. I like, obviously, I really like Justin Herbert. So this was a strictly just bias I'm taking the Chargers. I want to will them to win this game.
I will go next.
You want to go last?
I want to go last.
Yeah, when I saw the line wasn't even giving Baltimore, so I was going to go Baltimore. When I saw the line wasn't even 3 points in Baltimore's favor at home, that's when I started to kind of look a little deeper into this game. Justin Herbert's still a young quarterback, but I don't think his like splits between home and road are that bad this year. I think he's actually just equally productive in both so far, and they're healthy. Like, when's the last time we've been able to say that Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, and Eckler are all able to play together? It's been every game this year almost so far. I like them more, but
Eckler
I just
was out 1 week, right?
Yeah. And it goes back to that hero ball thing earlier. Are the Ravens actually a 4-1 team, or are they just a team that Lamar Jackson willed to be 4-1? The injuries are going to catch up to them eventually, and their defense is not the stereotypical Ravens defense from the past. They got a lot of young guys at linebacker. It's a young defense that could be really good, but I don't think they're there yet. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think they're the better, well-rounded football team, and I also think that they have the better quarterback.
Yeah, and then to answer Bronson Hyoi's, I mean, we already said it, Keenan Allen. The question on Ridley. Amari,
yeah. If you want to highlight that, it's Keenan Allen over any of them, especially because Calvin Ridley is not playing.
Yeah. And I think Calvin Ridley should just. I'm going to drop him in one of my.
No, you're not.
I am.
Calvin Ridley is still a good player. Now, I think he wasn't a first, second round pick like most people took him as this year. I didn't. Even as a Falcons fan, I did not take him in pretty much any. No, I didn't take him in any league. So
I already dropped him.
What?
I dropped Calvin Ridley.
Is it a league that I'm in? Because I will gladly go swoop him up.
Oh no.
Smart.
If it was a PPR league, I probably wouldn't have.
She doesn't go to this school.
So if it was,
she doesn't go to this school.
Yeah.
If it was standard, yeah.
Who is she?
So you went. So yeah, Chargers, baby.
You're going with the.
I do think this is
Justin
a good
Herbert.
game.
I love Justin Herbert. Next year, I'm going to take Justin Herbert in every league in the first round.
Oh, he's my keeper in High Council, just so you're aware.
Next year in High Council, I will figure out who my keeper is going to be, I guess.
Yeah.
Do we have a keeper in this league? Because I'm not going to keep literally anyone.
No, I don't. So I don't like the way that our other leagues do keepers. We do a keeper as in you keep a guy in the round that you drafted him. So if you drafted Herbert in the 8th round, you get to keep him for your 8th round pick. And I don't play that way. In my opinion, if it's a keeper league, it's your 1st round pick every time, no matter where you got that guy. It's the only way it makes sense. That shit where you can draft a rookie running back and then use him as your keeper the next year when you got him in the 14th is garbage. People that play that way are trash and like the easy way out. I don't do that shit.
I feel
I don't do it.
Yeah, I feel like that is a lot of the way.
You hit the nail on the head here. They're finally winning those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The games that the Chargers are known for being Chargers for, are not happening anymore.
I mean, the last 3 since we started this show, they've had repeat seasons where they've lost games by, a couple points, and they should have won.
Also, the Ravens are the 9th worst defensive team in the league, and I don't think they've even had that crazy of a schedule yet. So,
yeah, I mean,
that Chiefs win does not look very good anymore, is what I'm saying, because other people are getting those Chiefs wins.
Yeah. So what about the Cardinals and the Browns? Honestly, I took the Cardinals in this game, but if the Browns snuck a win here, I wouldn't be surprised, except for I'm not going to, kind of like with the Lions, I'm not going to bet against the Cardinals until they lose.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go last.
I took the Browns. I took the Browns before we found out that the Cardinals coach had COVID and won't be at the game at all. So their offensive, mastermind, even though he's, I don't know when he's ever coached a winning team, Cliff Kingsbury, will not be there. So I don't know. I even, like I said, even before that, I had the Browns. It's at home. They're one of the most talented teams I've ever seen, like on paper. I don't know. They've really put the results out there yet. That Charger game wasn't bad, though. They were neck and neck with the Chargers the entire time. I also think that because the media has like thrown Odell Beckham under the bus all week long, he's probably going to have like a monster breakout game. So I wouldn't even be surprised if Baker had one of his better performances. Still will be slightly above average, but that's really all they need, right? Like, I think they can beat a lot of these teams with a slightly above average Baker. They're so talented, man.
You started talking about Baker, so I walked away to grab a beer.
I didn't say anything bad.
I don't believe you.
It was an above average remark about an above average guy.
Listen, that's good. I like that. That's all I need to hear. Listen, boys.
He's a below average NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I said he's an above average guy. I didn't say he's an above average NFL quarterback. I just said, like, you know, there's probably like murderers and John Gruden's worse for sure. I don't know if that's too soon, but for sure John Gruden's worse.
I
Of a dude.
I walked away again because I have to put on a show for who I picked. You know who I picked for this game? The Browns.
By the way, this is the other game that I also went with a biased pick on this one too. I am going to be actively rooting for the Cardinals to win this game.
Okay, so you remember how I was like, there's another coach I hate more than Sean McVay, and it's fucking Dingleberry. Cliff.
Well, he's not going to be there.
I don't care. I still hate
But good
him.
news.
I hate him all the time. I think he looks. Does he look ill when you see him? Does he look sick?
He is ill right now.
No.
Yeah, because he has COVID.
All the time, every day, every time I see him. Last year, this year, or 3 weeks ago,
he felt it coming.
The man looks ill.
It's a little flush.
I hate when he talks, and I just want the Browns to get the win.
He's got every vitamin, piece of nutrition, whatever it is in his body just leaking out of his butt right now, because that's how COVID works. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that in the commercials, or more people would have gotten the shot. They don't tell you what it does to your butt.
I think that might just be something else for you, Zach, because I had COVID about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't shitting like that.
Oh, I don't even know if I ever had COVID. It's just that's...
That's my secret. I'm always shitting.
Yeah, that's how I stay trim.
That's my secret. I always have diarrhea. All right.
Yeah, listen. Okay, so I agree with you.
So 2 of the 3 of us went with the Browns, so I'm kind of surprised.
Okay, I'm also surprised. Nick Chubb's out.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't really scare me because Kareem Hunt is the man.
Sure.
But I had Nick Chubb in 3 leagues, and I'm pretty fucking distraught about it. Anyways.
Guys, should I try to do the whole show with this light directly in my face?
It looks
I think so.
Spooky.
I think so. It's Halloween. You look like a Halloween.
Oh, I'm dressing up for the Halloween episode. I don't know about y'all.
Ooh,
Raiders, Broncos. I did choose the Raiders for this, but I made a pick for the Raiders while they still had a coach. So I think I'm actually good. Is Bridgewater playing again?
Yes.
By the way, can we just say that anyone that chose the Broncos to win last week is a dum-dum? Like, the Steelers handily won that game.
Let me go double check who I picked.
Oh, I don't have to worry about it because I took the Steelers.
I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I picked the Broncos. Yeah, I did.
I only missed 2 games last week, just for the record.
That's good. I did terrible.
I got 14 games right.
Okay, so Bridgewater is playing. It's in Denver. I'm going to go with Denver at home since the Raiders don't have a coach.
Man, sometimes I feel like they could rally. I've thought about this a couple times this week. We could get just like a... I just still don't know how good either of these teams actually are. That's what's really hard about... I can't really do an analysis on this game because I don't know how good either of these teams are. I don't watch a lot of Broncos games. I have watched 3 Raiders games. But I thought their play calling was good. That's the sad thing. And I know that John Gruden was still the guy making those play calls. So we'll see. I actually think that the Raiders have a the overly talented offensive roster, but I think that the Broncos have the better team.
Yeah.
The Raiders could rally. I'm worried about the Raiders rallying. I think it's very possible. I just think the Broncos are the safer pick. And as a top dog, one of the top dogs in the pick'em, I gotta make the safe pick.
Yeah.
It is in Mile High also. I mean, it is harder to go into Mile High statistically and get wins.
Yes. But I don't know. I don't necessarily know this is a good Broncos team yet.
Well, I don't.
One of these teams is going to 3-3, and I think both of them started 3-0. So it's like people are starting to really regress back to who they really are.
All
right.
I picked the Broncos.
Broncos?
Yeah.
This is a coin flip game for me, really. I mean,
it's a coin flip, but all three of us picked the same team.
I think. Well, he switched.
True.
No, I didn't.
You had Raiders pick.
Oh yeah, I did have the Raiders. Yeah.
I just absolutely just fucking hate the Raiders that much that I want the Broncos to win.
I'm so indifferent. I was thinking about this the other day. Actually, this is funny. It's just funny that you said that because I've never been more indifferent on any team than I've ever been on the Raiders. I can't care about them. I've never cared about them. I swear there's been sometimes where I forgot the Raiders were a team. I'm so indifferent on them.
I have a lot of friends that are Raiders fans, so that's my problem. Is I can't just put them behind me and just forget about them. Yeah,
I mean, Derek Carr was having a great start to the season. We'll see what that looks like without John Gruden. But I'm gonna wait a week. See what the new team looks like. I mean, same team, new coaching staff, whatever, new head coach. I don't know how much the head coach actually is going to do. He's not calling the offensive plays. He's not calling the defensive plays. So,
yeah.
I just mean let's see how the team does where John Gruden is not calling the plays on offense.
Cowboys, Patriots. I went with the Cowboys, but I want them to lose.
Fair.
I just don't like the Cowboys. I've just decided that I still don't care about that. I hate that team. So. Yeah. I think they're going to win this, and I want to do better in the pick'em. But I still hate the Cowboys. I don't like the Patriots either, but I'm old school hating the Cowboys.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys, but I picked the Cowboys too.
And I hate Skip Bayless.
Fuck the Cowboys, but I picked the Cowboys.
I think it's going to be a good game. Actually, I have high hopes for this being a good game. But yeah, I mean, the Cowboys look awesome. They have that really bad secondary that also is really good in the sense that they turn the ball over. They're a really bad overall secondary with probably the best corner in football right now. They're an interesting team. They get after the quarterback too.
Gentlemen.
And they get after the quarterback. It's an opportunistic defense. We've seen that plenty of times be successful. Dak Prescott looks awesome. He looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And Ezekiel Elliott looks, I don't know. He looks like Zeke. I think a few weeks ago, some people were already ready to write the dude off, but he looks awesome. And I don't know. I like Dawson Schultz as well. I like the whole team. I kind of have a soft spot for the Cowboys.
I mean, I traded Mark Andrews for Amari Cooper, so.
But I don't think Mark Andrews has really done much this year.
He had a huge. Well, I just love it because I traded it to Paul, who in turn beat Jesse with that trade.
Oh, so Mark Andrews went off as soon as you traded him.
Yes, which is fine because Amari Cooper didn't do bad and I still won. But I definitely did need something more
at receiver. Okay. Yeah.
So you all pick the Cowboys on this one?
Oh yeah.
Because
Pittsburgh and Seattle. Pittsburgh at home. I went with Pittsburgh at home. The Seattle defense is bad. For me, it comes down to if Ben can be competent and if he can do what he did last week, get the ball to Najee Harris. Najee looked great. I'm starting him. Claypool's a man out there. God,
he's a monster.
He's so to me
the man is so thick in this area. Like have you noticed that? He's just
huge. Yeah.
Just a man.
And then I didn't know. Honestly, I must have had my head in the sand, but I didn't know Seattle had a backup. I chose this before Russell, but I feel even more confident now.
Yeah, honestly, if Russell was still in, I don't know who I would pick.
I probably would have picked the Seahawks. Russell hit his hand on a helmet. He got a boo-boo. And Geno came in, looked pretty damn good. The interception that he threw, Lockett tripped. He was on fire, though, right? Led him down the field, got a touchdown, led him down the field, got a field goal.
I have DK Metcalf. He got DK touchdown. It looked good.
Oh, I know.
It looked bad.
I know. I was sweating bullets about that DK stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It turned out not to matter, right? That was a blowout anyways, but
the defense also looked a lot better against the Broncos last week. The Steelers, there's also
they have such a good defense, man.
Yeah, they do.
And the Broncos offense is pretty good.
I have the Steelers to win. I think they'll win this game, but in my heart and my soul, look out for King Geno, He's coming.
To me, it just comes down to if Ben can get the ball off, not get but sacked a bunch of times.
Do you think Ben gets hurt before the end of the year?
I think Ben finishes the year with the team. I just don't think I don't think
because he's been sacked quite a bit, right?
Yeah,
he's taken a lot of hits.
I don't think I do think he finishes out the season.
One bad fall, though. Do you think he's done for the year?
No, he'll finish out the season.
I've seen him getting sacked, man.
Dude, he's been a taken sack machines. For
but he's also old as fuck now. And last year he got hurt.
Not last year.
The year before.
2
Was
years
it the
ago.
elbow injury last year? No, yeah, the elbow.
Last year he played the whole year. They just kind of went stale at the end of the year. Yeah. But he played every game. He looked pretty good for the first 10 weeks.
So not last season, but the season before he had that. And how did he get the elbow injury?
Throwing.
Was it?
It was like Tommy John surgery.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
So it's still not from getting hit. I don't know. He'll take a lot of hits. It doesn't matter. He's slow and old.
Yeah,
I don't think
even watching him try to get back up is pretty depressing.
One thing it is comforting is that I wanted him to retire a Steeler, and I think after this season, I don't think he's gonna have an option other than to retire a Steeler. I don't think any other team would take him.
No other team would take him, and they're not going to take him back either. So
this is the last year of his contract. They're not going to renew it, but there was a lot of speculation. Oh, could he go somewhere else? Like, could he? No, he's not, because no other team's going to take him. I don't think nobody will take that risk.
I don't think he wants to either.
I don't think he wants to go somewhere else for 1 year.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
I do still think we're getting Aaron Rodgers.
No, this is a great opportunity for the Steelers to scout King Geno, though.
That's true.
Great chance for them to scout King Geno, see what he could do for them.
How old is Geno Smith now? The motherfucker's old.
Like 29, 30? If I had to guess, I'd say 30 years old.
Bullshit, Ronnie. I picked the Steelers, by the way.
He's 31.
That's too old.
For the Steelers?
That's too old to waste your time.
They'll cart you out there until you're 38, clearly.
Amen. Okay.
He's got 7 more years for them to cart him out.
I will say he didn't look amazing in this last game. He looked better, though. He made, some good moves, and he's got a good supporting cast around him. So if he can keep playing like that, they could be 5,
When you just have to dump the ball off to Harris and then occasionally take a shot or two downfield to Johnson and Claypool, I think he's going to be fine. But I think they are going to be pretty dependent on those big shots this game. A couple of them have to pan out.
Yeah.
We've seen what happens when they do. When a couple big shots pan out, their defense plays great. Yeah. They do what they did last week.
They're not going to win the division, but you never know. They could probably wild card in or something.
They got the extra wild card now, so.
So before you scroll down,
so one pick left, baby.
There is only one. If the other team was playing like they did last year, do you think this would be the must-watch game of the week?
This one?
This one.
The
next one. If the Titans,
the next game.
Yeah. If the Titans were playing the way they were last year, would this be the must-watch game of the week?
No, there's too much hype around. Dude, there's 2 better games. Regardless, there's 2 better games.
Dude.
Ravens Chargers for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
And then number 2, Browns Cardinals. Browns Cardinals is a more appealing game to me, and you know it.
Same.
I know it. I'm really up on Buffy, dude.
I love Buffalo. That's my backup team. You know, they
I'm
were my
so
backup,
sad.
but
I'm
Justin
so
Herbert went to
sad
the Chargers.
because when I picked the Browns, Buffalo was also just as bad. And so I had this chance to like pick the AFC teams that were shitty to maybe become good one day. And I think I made the wrong choice.
Even if the Titans were flawless, first off, let me just throw out there, even if the Titans were flawless, I would never put them in the game of the week. I think Tennessee is the most boring team that's ever existed. I just do not care. They went out and then when they got Tannehill, I was like, how fitting. How fitting that they have Tannehill, the most vanilla, boring person I've ever seen play.
Go back to Miami, you piece of shit.
I mean, Derrick Henry's really good and he's exciting, but I do not believe the Titans are a Super Bowl contender. And if
I don't,
how boring the media days will be because the team's boring. But
I actually agree, and I don't think that if you have like a big physical running back like him, I know he also has some downhill speed as well, but I don't think those guys are fun to watch unless they're your guy. You know, it's pretty hard to watch another dude, especially when you're on the other side and you're waiting for your team to get the ball back, and the other guy's just trucking your guys for 5, 6, 7 yards a carry. That's frustrating. But everything about their offense is pretty ticky-tack downfield, not super exciting stuff.
No.
I don't know anybody that honestly hates the Bills. That's what's crazy about the Bills. Is I don't know. I know so many people who would be just absolutely okay with the Bills going and just winning the Super Bowl and just that's just what happens.
Yeah, even if you're like a Patriots, Jets.
Well, if you're the Patriots, you understand their struggle because you were handing them a part of that. You know,
you were beating them down 2 times a year.
But also, it goes back to all the failed Super Bowls as well. They're one of the only. They're like probably the only team that could ever say that they had that as well, followed by a really big drought of being bad.
4 in a row.
But a lot of people want to compare them to teams like the Jets and stuff. But the Bills have had playoff teams over the course of the last 5 years.
I mean, Tyrod Taylor,
he got them there, but I mean, they've had some defensive minded teams that have been able to just squeak in. It's just now they're a team that's not squeaking anymore. They might be, going in as the top dog. Usually there's a year or every single year, there's a team that gets some bandwagon fans, right? I think there's 2 this year. I think the Chargers and the Bills have both pulled in a ton of bandwagoners. Chargers probably more than any team I've ever seen in 1 year, which is, it's good for them. They need it because they don't have any actual fans.
Right.
Yeah,
they need to get some people in LA to start going to games.
I honestly know one person that's a Chargers fan, and he's from California actually, but he lived in Roseburg, and he's an actual diehard Chargers fan.
I know. I have a friend who's a Charger fan.
But like I'm saying, I only have one.
We did not do preseason Super Bowl picks this year, right?
No, because for like 4 years straight, one of us did Battle of LA. I know they haven't even been in LA that long, but we just kept talking about it. So one of us went.
Isn't it fun though that with those 2 teams though that actually could? I wouldn't be surprised if
neither of us did it last year, but the year before last year, one of us picked Battle of LA, and the year before that, one of us picked Battle of LA.
I could see Battle of LA this year.
And I don't even know if 4 years ago, when that first time we picked it, it was even official yet. It was like speculation. No, they did do 2 years in the soccer stadiums. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, the Chargers were in the soccer stadium and they couldn't even fill it. But yeah,
I'll say
I don't think any of us are picking the Titans here.
No, Buffalo.
No.
You never know though. It could be Steelers, week 1.
Fuck, that's right. Jesus, it's been so long since the Steelers played well, except for I guess against the Broncos.
Yeah.
Losses were so ugly.
You guys are going to show up in plenty of games and look good. It's just there's also going to be some stinkers. Sad to say.
Give me some duds.
My team's off this week, so I feel great, boys. Like, no stress. Life is good.
I said 50 points in this game, but I think I way overshot.
No, I think you're fine because whoever wins is going to get up there, I think.
Yeah.
Regardless of which team wins, they're probably going to score 28 plus. So
I picked around 50, I believe.
Should be a
I
lot.
want 48. So
I went 53.
Win $1, Bob.
Yeah, we should go 49, 50, and 51. Just really sandwich Derek in there.
There we go.
You want to be?
No, it was I think it's gonna be a good week for football, though. There's some of these games I just don't care about, though.
Hey guys, next week we're gonna have some NBA under our belt already.
We are.
So we can talk Lakers, we can talk Blazers, we can talk Spurs. Heck, we could probably even talk some Nets.
We can talk some Nets already.
We could talk about Kyrie right now if you want.
If you talk basketball and don't talk about the Brooklyn Nets, then you're really not talking about basketball. So I have nothing to say about Kyrie right now, honestly, though.
Hey man, the world's flat, baby. That's all I gotta say.
He's gonna lose his career because a shot. All right. Well, everybody.
But Magic Johnson played with AIDS.
He didn't, though.
Yeah, but he didn't because he's never had AIDS.
But they let him play with the HIVs.
No, but they didn't, though.
Yeah, but look
that
at the
didn't happen.
internet. Go ahead on the internet and go look at it.
He as soon as he found out he was HIV positive, he retired. First off.
Okay,
Secondly, he
then-
doesn't have
then-
AIDS.
Tell that to the stupid internet.
Well, it's the internet, man.
And well, that's what I keep seeing memes where they're like, "Well, Magic Johnson could do this, but Kyrie
You're
Irving
following
could do
the
this."
wrong
these assholes
meme
are following-
pages.
It's
These
not.
assholes
It's
are only following Kyrie right now because he's an anti-vaxxer, though. But they fucking hate him. They hate his guts because he's a super ultra liberal who's been outspoken about other shit. So they're like defending him now. Like now he has one thing that they agree with, so now he's their guy. Just like fucking everything else in politics, dude. Oh well, I stand with Kyrie. Well, what about how he feels about literally anything else? Like, remember all the BLM stuff? Well, fucking stupid, dude. That's the internet's cancer, man.
I want you to know that my ploy worked.
Yeah, you got him. Hook, line, and sinker.
I wanted to see what Derek was.
No, but what I was gonna say, Sean, is you're clearly following the wrong meme pages.
Oh, no, it's not a meme.
I found one on emo raccoons. It's basically just raccoons with emo music lyrics. And if you want the hook up there, I got you.
Do you remember that friend I said earlier that's an Eagles fan who's just a fucking idiot?
Sure.
He's the one that shared that.
I have friends that still send me stuff that I'm like, eh.
He didn't send it to me. He just posted it. He posts stupid shit all the time.
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but real quick before we get off the show here, I sold my washer and dryer, so I am off Facebook again. Hooray! No more Facebook.
You got it just to get on Facebook?
You know what's
Marketplace?
Facebook Marketplace, I'll admit, is a million times better than Craigslist. So,
I put a couch on there, and it was sold within the hour.
Right. So I reactivated my Facebook, sold that washer and dryer, and then deactivated my Facebook, which I hope the people who bought the washer and dryer don't like. They're like, did this guy like fuck me over?
Right, because he ghosted. They can't even rate you now. They can't even rate the transaction because you got them. Hey, guys, if I had to rate today's transaction, though, I'd go 4.5 out of 5. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Today?
Good hustle.
Yeah.
This was a 5 out of 5, baby.
Well, you put the Browns hat on, or I was going to give it a perfect 5 out of 5.
All right, everybody, have a
If
great
it
weekend.
wasn't-
Go Wildcats, go Warriors.
Undefeated! Bye.